we haven't met yet, my name is Katie. I will be guiding you through a 20-minute yin restorative practice. And yin restorative yoga is all about giving our connective tissue and fascia time and space to open. And in that process, it reestablishes blood flow, it allows nutrients to arrive and transport through your body, and allows for healing to occur. It can be really powerful and nourishing. And in order for that to happen, we hold shapes for 3 to 5 minutes. And today, since we are on a surfing and yoga retreat, we are going to focus into the lung space, really helping to open through the chest, have expansing through the heart. It helps us to expand our rib cage and our breath capacity, while also giving our shoulders some love. So today we are going to begin in a reclined fish pose, which is also fun because we're near the ocean. To align into our fish pose, you have 2 options. So one, you can use 2 different blocks, one block on the mid height, the second block on the lower height. Resting down, placing the block underneath where your bra strap would be, or bathing suit string, and then resting the head along the block. You'll know when you've reached the right spot because you won't have any pinching or discomfort here, and your neck will be fully supported. You could always put the block on the same height. This will allow you to have no opening through the neck or a little bit lower. This will increase your expansion through the chest. Arms come out by the side. You can also place a bolster underneath the knees. This will help to take any tension or stress out of the lower back. So aligning into your fish pose. If you need help with your blocks, just put your hand in the air and I'm happy to come and help you adjust. Once you arrive, close your eyes. Beginning to arrive and become curious within the body. Noticing if there's any places that you're holding tension or stress. And see if you can begin to relax, to open. Feeling the block underneath the chest can also be really great insight, bringing that mind-body connection, feeling the support underneath the rib cage as you find your breath. Beginning to deepen the breath, feeling the belly rise, the chest expand on the inhale. Releasing, allowing even more openness and relaxation through the chest cavity. Noticing if you have any thoughts that are coming up for you and beginning to detach from them. Becoming a witness, kind of like sitting on the edge of a river, watching the water flow by, watching your thoughts flow without attachment, just witnessing that they are there. We have 1 more minute in this shape. See if you can find a little more depth and then stillness. Taking 3 more deep cleansing breaths. Begin to bring small movements into the fingers, into the toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. If it feels accessible, you can bring your arms overhead, big body stretch. Bringing the arms down by the side, slightly tucking the chin, rising only so much that you need to remove the blocks from underneath you. Lying back down into a Shavasana, taking a moment to feel the rebound of that pose, which sometimes the rebound of the pose can be even more powerful and insightful. Perhaps feeling some tingling, energy moving through the back of the heart. Rolling to your favorite side, using one hand as a pillow, the other hand as support. And in no rush, taking your time, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Now we are going to find a scorpion twist, which is going to help us open both through the shoulders and through our side body. To enter this pose, you'll come to lying on your belly and extending your arms out to a T on both sides, palms face down. Beginning with the right ear down on the mat, bringing your left hand close to your shoulder, elbow is stacked over the wrist, and then you'll lift your left knee up and over the right knee to find a supine twist. From here, you have a few options. You can keep your left hand supporting you. You can lift or slide your hand above your head. Or you can bring the arm up and over behind, finding a full twist. From the opposite direction, it looks like this. Bringing your leg up and over. Hand comes to support, overhead, or bringing it up and behind. Opening through the shoulder here, as well as twisting through the lungs and the rib cage, a gentle supine twist. Seeing if you can find openness without effort, allowing gravity to do the work here. Closing your eyes. Connecting to your breath. Deep belly breaths. We're here for one more minute. Perhaps easing out of the pose slightly if you want a little bit less. Or finding greater depth, tapping into your intuition and what would serve you best. Taking 3 cleansing breaths. At the end of your third exhalation, if your arm is behind you in a bind, bringing it underneath your chest in support first, bringing your back leg up and over until both hips are rooted into the mat, and extending your left arm out. You could find a belly down Shavasana, bringing both palms of the hand underneath your Anji chakra, which sits right in between your eyebrows. It's the seat of your intuition. Taking a second here, you could bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet to release through the lower lumbar spine before moving to the other side. And I'll rotate this direction first. When you're ready, teeing your arms out. This time, sliding the right hand in, left ear down to the mat, bringing the right knee up and over until your foot places down right behind the left knee. And then your option is to keep your hand here for support, reaching it up overhead, or finding the bind, feeling into what feels most restorative. And knowing where we ended the pose on the opposite side is not where we begin on this side. So giving yourself the same time and space to open, using your breath. I can move to this side. Ooh. Using your breath to find your opening. Seeing if you can find any points of tension that you can release and relax. Noticing if there's any thoughts drifting, bringing it back to your breath. We have one more minute here. Check in, see if you'd like to find a little bit more depth or begin to ease out of the pose slightly. Taking 3 cleansing breaths. Unwinding this pose the same way you came in, bringing the arm up and over if you found the bind, bringing the knee up and over until both hips are rooted onto the earth, sliding that right hand out to a T, taking a moment in belly down Shavasana, stacking the palms, placing the forehead on top. You could bend through the knees and windshield wiper the feet, releasing the lower spine. Or find stillness. Being on your breath can be really powerful, or on your belly can be really powerful because you can feel the breath filling through the belly. So take a moment to connect here. Feel the depth of the breath. Observe the texture, the temperature. Hear the sound. Often oceanic. Then using your hands to gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. So we've just opened up through the front sides of our shoulders. Now we're going to take a moment to open up through the back of our shoulders. So finding a comfortable seated position, you can use a block or a bolster to find a little bit of height. This can take some pressure out of the lower spine. You can always stack one foot on top of the other or find easy Sukhasana, cross-legged pose. To begin, we're going to take our right elbow underneath our left elbow. Layer one is to just give yourself a hug, walking your fingertips towards your spine. Layer two would be to bring the back of the palms together. And then full expression would be to wrap the hands until the palms touch. Now, once you arrive, no matter where you are, lifting the elbows in line with the shoulders. And then if you have your palms together, either from the back side or the front, sending the pinky side edge of your palms towards me. It'll be a deep opening through the back side of the heart. You can slightly tuck the chin. Coming back to your breath, notice if you're holding. Perhaps releasing the jaw if you're clenching. And a cue I like to use is relaxing your ears. And sometimes it's kind of funny to say, oh, what do you mean relax your ears? How do I do that? But as soon as you bring your awareness to your ears and imagine your earlobes coming a little bit closer to the earth, you should feel your jaw relax, your tongue relax. And our jaws and our hips are connected, so perhaps even finding more groundedness in your seat. We have one more minute here. Coming back to your breath. Sending it to where you need it. Taking 3 belly breaths. And then gently unwinding your arms, allowing them to come to rest, closing your eyes, taking a moment to feel that rebound. Enjoying the movement of the energy, a sense of warmth or tingling perhaps. And then we're gonna move towards the other side. So switching out the legs, either one on top of the other or drawing your heels in towards your seat, sitting up nice and tall. And you have the same variation options on this side. So bringing the opposite elbow on top, so right elbow on top this time, left underneath. You can wrap around, giving yourself a hug, which is also really loving and restorative and nurturing for yourself. The next option is to bend the elbows, bringing the backs of the palms together. Or full expression would be wrapping the forearms, bringing the palms to touch. If you are finding the variation of back of the palms or full twist, lifting the elbows and sending the pinky side edges of your palms towards me. You should feel a deepening through the shoulder blades here. Option to tuck the chin. Coming back to your breath. Notice on this side if it feels different, if there's any place that you can let go or create more space. Relaxing through the jaw, relaxing the ears. Grounding down, connecting to earth. One more minute here. Taking 3 belly breaths. The end of your third exhalation, gently unwinding the arms, placing them on your knees, taking a moment to bask in the rebound, to feel the new energy circulating through. Perhaps the easiness of your inhalation and exhalation. From here, we're going to work into puppy pose. For puppy pose, finding a tabletop position, shoulders stack over wrist, hips stack over knees. Now from here, walking the hands out in front of you until you can find a forehead connection. Now this can be really intense into the shoulder space. So you can use a bolster to find a forehead connection, which can be really yummy and juicy. You could use a block, which also can give you a little bit more height. Working down until the level that you find is great. If you have a lot of flexibility in your shoulders, you could also use the bolster underneath the hands, having even greater opening, or using the blocks. And some can feel more supportive to you, so taking a moment to tap in, feeling what allows you to have the most opening and sense of supporting. So we don't want to be in a state of tension where we're gripping and feeling stressed. We want to feel that, oh, I'm fully supported, now I can release, now I can relax, now I can let go. Once you've arrived, begin to find stillness, connecting to your breath. Noticing where your thoughts have drifted to, release any judgment, tap into your intuition. Taking one more deep breath here. You can come a little bit deeper if you need to ease out a little bit. And taking 3 belly breaths. At the end of your third exhalation, pressing into the palms, sending your belly forward to come out of the pose, releasing any props that you might have, and take another moment in belly down Shavasana, stacking the palms on top, placing the forehead, perhaps nodding the head yes and no, stimulating that Anji chakra, tapping into your inner guru. We're moving into final Shavasana, so I invite you, if it feels comfortable on your belly, to stay on your belly. This is a really powerful place to connect to your breath, feeling the belly and the chest rise with every inhalation and exhalation. However, if this doesn't feel supportive to you, then I would invite you to find supported fish, but this time with a bolster. So setting up your blocks, one on mid-height, one on high height, placing the bolster alongside. Resting, bringing the tailbone as close to the bolster as you can, lying back, making sure that your head is fully supported. I invite you to find Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet come together, knees fall wide, arms by your side or out. We've done a lot of chest opening and shoulder opening, so this should feel really restorative. Then taking a moment to tap back in to the body. Notice if there's any other place that you're holding tension, if there's stress, any sticky places. Then take a deep cleansing breath, the deepest breath you've taken all of class. Send it to where you need it, and then open mouth, exhale, let it go. The next few minutes are completely for you to be fully present. I will guide you out of your Shavasana, so take the next few minutes to completely release and melt into your mat. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana, I invite you to stay right where you are. If you'd like to move on, begin to bring awareness into the body, beginning with a big breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. Bring small movements into the fingers, into the toes. Bring your arms overhead, big body stretch. And this is true if you're on your belly as well. If no matter where you are, gently rolling into the fetal position on your favorite side, using one arm as a pillow, the other hand as support, taking a moment to thank yourself for tapping into your intuition, honoring your body, being fully present. Pressing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Removing the fleshy bits from underneath your sit bones. Hands come to heart center. Shoulders come up, back, and down. Taking one more moment of stillness to be fully present. Feeling into the calm, into the peace. Knowing that this sense of calm and peace is always here for you. You can return at any time. Your breath is your guide. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center. The spirit in me honors, loves, and respects the spirit in you. We bow for a Designer practice. Namaste.